I'm really excited to talk about our January conference. It's probably my favorite event of the year. It's a labor of love. We've been doing it for 10 years, but people love it and we love it. Some people like to call it M&A shopping on steroids, and the reason is because everybody's in the industry that's there, all the key decision makers. So we have private company CEOs, we have senior people from private equity firms, and we have public company corporate development people and business unit leaders all in one place. No institutional investors, no distractions, just everybody across our targeted industry sectors. And they're all there for one day. This year it's January 11th, right at the Essex House here in New York, where all the action is. And there's just a ton of networking that goes on. People love to talk to each other for partnerships, for potential to try out, whether they want to raise money from private equity guys, to try out whether they think they're ready for an IPO. It's just an event that a lot happens at it. We've had some great private companies present at our conference in the past. Companies that now have gone on and really had great liquidity events. So if you think about in the internet arena, we've had anybody from advertising.com, ComScore, Constant Contact, Takoda, Quigo, Linkshare. They were all presenters at our conference when they were much earlier, younger companies. We've thought of a special theme for this year called the IDEA Conference. IDEA stands for innovation, disruption, engagement, and action. And that's really what we're seeing out there in the marketplace, is those four things. So if we think about that for a second, in terms of innovation, you don't have to look further than the online ad optimization world to see that there's just a ton of innovation going on. That there's companies like AppNexus and AdMeld and BlueKai and Quantcast and Simulmedia, X+1, Media 6 Degrees. They're all leading the innovative new ecosystem in the advertising world. Last fall, we were the first ones out amongst our investment banking peers to write about this emerging ecosystem and to really focus on it. D stands for disruption. And for disruption, think about the e-commerce world, where Gilt Group and Rule of Law have changed that world forever. I mean, we will never shop the same way again. Flash sales are here to stay. And speaking of disruption, Groupon and its 90 competitors or 100 competitors, or some say 1,800 competitors, has changed the way we think of promotions for good. For E, engagement, I like to think about social marketing, social media, and content. That is just changing the way consumers get content, changing the way consumers interact with media. The Facebook and Twitters of the world have changed things for good. So if you think about social marketing, you'll see at our conference companies like Buddy Media and Spreadfast. In terms of content, you'll see guys like The Thrillist and Aspire Media will be presenting at our conference. So really hot area. So that's what we think about engagement. We think about consumers engaging in new ways. And then finally, action. Action is going to be the theme for 2011. Big companies have record amounts of corporate cash balances that they still haven't put to work. They're going to need to make their strategic moves. We think our industry sectors are the heart of where you're going to see the action for 2011, whether it be advertising, marketing, digital marketing, payments and financial technology, or B2B services. There's going to be tons of action going on all across those sectors. And we think our conference is the great way to start the year, to find out what the trends are, what you should be watching for, and what you should be thinking about. Believe me, if you sat through 12 different presentations by private companies, maybe a couple of industry panels, and a couple of keynote presentations, you'll come out of the conference thinking differently than you did going in. So we're very excited about this year's event, and we hope to see you there.